Hey everyone, welcome back. This is my second week as an official micro baker, and today I want to walk you through everything that I went through this week, the wins, the lessons, and the setbacks. This week I felt different right from the start, not necessarily harder, just fuller. More moving pieces, more structure, more responsibility. Dough Day had its usual flow, but mentally I felt more settled. I wasn't rushing, I wasn't panicking, I was learning how to work with my systems, and it made all the difference. Now, let's talk about sales because that's where a lot of growth showed up. I sold out of plain artisan loaves for the second week in a row, but I want to be very clear and transparent here. When I say sold out, I'm not talking about 20 or 30 loaves in a week. I intentionally started artisan inventory at 6 loaves so I can grow sustainably, protect my time, and make sure the quality stays high. I'll increase the number only when the demand stays consistent. So selling out means all 6 were claimed again, and that tells me the demand is real. I sold my first flavor artisan loaf this week too, the jalapeño cheddar, and cinnamon rolls were a hit again. Brownies sold really well, and I had a couple of orders for s'more cookies and brown butter chocolate chip cookies. It was a steady, healthy week. Now, I need to tell you the tragedy of the week. I filmed everything, mixing the cookies, shaping the cinnamon rolls, all the pretty shots I knew people would want to see, and the footage was corrupted. So there's that. So instead of showing the full process, I had to pivot and focus on what footage actually survived. Honestly, it was a blessing in disguise. It reminded me not to let the camera take over the joy of baking. Some moments are meant to be lived and not recorded in this particular case, anyway. So, some of the biggest wins this week happened quietly, though. So, I had a couple of repeat customers. People came back for cinnamon rolls and cookies and more bread. And that always means more than a one time order because repeat customers tell you that the product really hits the mark. This week forced me to face a bigger question, and that's how fast do I want to scale? Because sold out weeks can tempt you into overextending, but I'm building this bakery with intention, and I'd rather expand slowly and sustainably than rush into higher inventory and burn myself out. I've also been thinking a lot about custom orders. People have already started asking for special orders and earlier pickups or personalized items. And while I love the enthusiasm, custom orders can get complicated very quickly in regards to like timing and prep and flexibility that can possibly interfere with the core weekly production. So I'm considering offering custom orders, but I need some limits and I'm trying to figure out what those limits should be. Or if maybe I should just do like a bake stand. The only problem with that is that in Texas, bake stands have to be operated. It can't be just left out on their own and have like a self serve type of thing going on. So, anyway, going on to the next thing. Towards the end of the video, you'll see me scoring and baking 2 artisan loaves that weren't part of the usual Thursday dough day lineup. And those loaves were actually for a customer who needed their bread earlier in the week. And I made their dough the night before and I let it cold proof overnight and then baked it on dough day before I jumped into the rest of my production. So what you're seeing in this footage is just the final stage, the scoring, the steam, and the bake. It felt like a milestone, not because it was hard, but because it showed that I was capable of handling a staggered order without losing control of my schedule and made like a minor adjustment. Now, granted, this was literally just one order, so it's not really that huge of a difference, but it was a small win for me, so I'll take it. This week taught me a few things I didn't expect. Consistency builds trust. People start to understand your rhythm, dough day pickup, what to expect, how you operate. Small doesn't necessarily mean insignificant. Like 6 loaves made with intention matter more than 20 loaves made in chaos. Good systems make everything easier. Prepping the night before, establishing a workflow, and respecting my own boundaries kept everything smooth and less chaotic. And the bakery is growing, and so am I. Not in a rush way, but in a steady, grounded, sustainable way. So, this upcoming week, I expect to continue to maintain consistency, monitor demand for all of the products that I'm offering, and test whether certain products should remain on the menu or not. I also need to figure out what I'm going to do with custom orders and boundaries and all that stuff. Since this is my first time ever doing this, I have no idea where I'm going with that just yet. And I'm trying to map out a system that makes sense. to me, and that will not burn me out in the end. Um, and I also need to improve my filming setup so that footage does not betray me again and get deleted or corrupted or whatever the case may be. And most importantly, keep loving the process. This micro bakery is becoming something truly meaningful, and I am really enjoying myself and the time that's spent into creating everything and looking at the joy of people expressing how much they love the stuff that I'm making. And it really just means the world to me. And I definitely want to thank you guys too, because I really appreciate all of the support that I've gotten with everything that I've been doing as well. And, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for ordering and sharing and cheering me on. It means more than you know.